Alright, we're at BurpSuite repeater section. So from task 1 to task 5 is kind of some basic stuff. Read through it. And we're doing some practical stuff here at task 6. So repeater is particularly, so repeater is something that allows you to do some repetitive stuff, send in similar requests. This is useful, such as manual testing for SQL injection vulnerabilities, attempting to bypass web app, firewalls, filters, capture request. Alright, so we're sending this. This is our target. And I'm starting the BurpSuite right now. In the proxy module, send it to repeater. Send the request once from the repeater. You should see the HTML request. Try viewing this in one of the other display options. For example, hex. Using inspector, add a header called file authorize and set it to have a value of true. Okay. So at the proxy section, turn intercepts on. Cool. We go back to browser, hit the paste and go, and it's gonna hand because it got intercepted by the our proxy. And we will select this request and send a request from the repeater. So we can take this, send it to repeater over here, and flag authorized. We want to add this line to it. So I'm going to copy that, go down here, and just hit paste, and we want to send it. And we're waiting for the response. We have the event log. What is it? Okay, so that's not relevant. Still waiting. Somehow I feel maybe we should turn the proxy off. Go back to the repeater. Response. No. We're still waiting. Okay, so send it one more time. What's happening? Why is it taking so long? Send the request once from the repeater. You should see the HTML source code for the page you requested in the response field. I don't see it though. Why? Still waiting. Shouldn't take this long. No? Okay, what's wrong? Host. Gotta go. Accept. Language. Encoding. Connection close. Keep it live. Is that the reason? to request one. Why? Why not? HTTP request to this host. User agent. Shouldn't make a difference though. Request response. Okay, let's do it one more time maybe. Let's go to target over here. We are at the sitemap. And let's open up the browser. Let's refresh it. And you should be captured by our sitemap, which is, I think it's this one, I believe. And the response is HTML page. Looks okay. If we send this a repeater, and we add a flag authorized. Paste it, send it over. It's a success. But yeah, but actually wanna get in the right URL. This is the right URL. Okay, let's go to here again. We'll copy it. Intruder. No. Proxy. Let's have on. Let's do it one more time. And yeah, there's a website I want to visit. It's here. Okay. Send this to repeater. We forward it. If we forward it, so it's gone. We close it, go to repeater. We use this one to make a new request. Paste it. Send it over. We should see a response somewhere in here. Inspector request. You know what? Why don't we copy this whole thing and see what happened? Paste. Okay, just hit cancel. Send. Same. That should be irrelevant, right? What happened? I don't know. No idea. But let me try something. We go to proxy. Turn the proxy on. Refresh it. Come back to proxy. And over here, we add this new line to the request header, and then we forward it. And we're not getting a response. Why not? Why not? Okay. Paste it. Here's a get request. Copy. Paste. Forward it. Oh wait, I should go back here to see the response, right? Oh, there we go. Copy. But somehow the repeater doesn't work. I don't know why. Make sure to leave the 2 blank lines. Yeah, I don't know why. Should we try the repeater again? Repeater in here to send that over. Yeah, see, we're not getting any response. I don't know. But the forwarder, the proxy works. Let's move on. We demonstrate the usage by adding a header. Make sure now it's time for a straightforward challenge. We want to go to this URL in the proxy mode. Actually, we can use a browser. Paste it. Try click on some of the see more links. Okay, before we do that, actually, that's fine. Let's go back. Hit that, and it's gonna capture it. We can forward it. Come back. Wait, what happened? Forward it. Okay. There. We want to hit see more. Observe that you are redirected to a numeric endpoint. A numeric endpoint. Yeah, okay. The objective is to validate an endpoint, confirming the existence of the number you wish to navigate to and ensuring that it is a valid integer. However, consider what might be occur if this endpoint is not adequately validated. can enable that. Okay, see if you can get the server to error out with a 500 internal by changing the number at the end of the request. Yeah. So what if it's now a number? I'm back here. We forward it. We come back. It's 404 not found. Okay. Not 500. If you can get the server to error out with the 500 internal. So 500 is internal server error, meaning that's a mistake from the error side, from the server side. How do we do that? Enter uninspected input to see how the server will react. For example, instead of number, piece of text, that's what I did. Alternatively, you could try entering number greater than number of products available, or number less than or equal to 0. -1. $500. Okay. Copy. Okay. Extra mile challenge. It's a walkthrough, so we just follow the instruction. Present ID. Your objective in this challenge is to identify the exploit, a union SQL injection vulnerability, presenting the ID parameters of the endpoint. By leveraging this vulnerability, your task is to launch an attack to retrieve the notes about the CEO stored in the database. We know that there's a vulnerability, and we know where it is. Now we just need to exploit it. Okay, so we go to this endpoint. Before that, we gotta turn on burp. Oh wait. We have to turn on the proxy. Oh, it's on. Okay. Back. Go. Oh shoot. Copy. Paste and go. No, I don't think that's not right. Copy this, paste this. Okay, I'm gonna just hand type it too. Alright, about to. There we go. Send this to repeater. Now we have our request primed. This confirms that our vulnerability exists, and a single apostrophe at the end is usually enough to cause the server to error when a simple SQL injection is present. So either using the inspector or by editing the request path manually. We can do that. So we just add a 2 somewhere here, right? Apostrophe there, and we send, and we get our response. Okay, what does it say? Invalid statement, and we got a message which tells us the SQL query. 500 internal error, 500 response header, yeah, 500. And something very interesting at around line 40. So yeah, that's what I was in right here. Extremely useful error message that the server should absolutely not sending us. Yep. But the fact that we have it makes our job more straightforward. The message tells us a couple things. One, the database called people, because select from people. The query select 5 columns from the table: first name, last name, PFP link, row and bio. We can guess where this fits into the page, which will be helpful for when we choose where to place our request. We can use a union query to select the column. Okay. For the people, so we take this, a simple query for this. And I guess we paste that in here. Select our target for no column to avoid the query erroring out. Notice that we also change the ID that we are selecting from 2 to 0. By setting the ID to an invalid number, we ensure that we don't retrieve anything with the original query. This means that the first row returned from the database will be our desired response from the rejected query. Looking through the return response, we can see that the first column name ID has been inserted into the page title. Wait, so what? About name ID? Still about. So what do? Do we do this? Just paste it in here? Oh yeah, okay. 200, okay. About ID name. Product. None, ID none. Contact. Asset. How does that help in us? We pull the first column name out of database. Okay. But we now have a problem. The page is only displaying the first matching item. We need to see all of them. Okay. How? We can use SQL injection to group the result. We can still only retrieve one result at a time, but by using group concat function. So copy this. And the only difference is this concat function. So select column name, all the same from the same database, from the same table. Okay. We paste it. Wait, no. Control Z. Okay. Right here. Paste it. And we send it over. Got the response, which is the whole table, ID, not the whole table, is a whole row of table. Yep, same here. We have successfully identify 8 columns in a table. So we have these. Yep. Finally, we're ready to take the flag from this database. We have all of the information that we need on the name of the table, the name of the target column, notes, yeah. I think it says in the beginning. The name of the target column. The ID of the CEO is 1. This can be found simply by clicking on James and Wolf profile on the About page. How do we know we're targeting nodes? Did it say somewhere in... Okay, before starting this challenge identified. Oh, here. Your task is to launch an attack to retrieve the notes about a CEO stored in the database. Yeah, so we need the notes in here. We know the ID of the CEO is 1. How do we know that? Yeah, how do we know the ID of the CEO is 1? Oh, this can be found simply by clicking on James and Wolf profile on the About page. Oh, okay. I think it's saying, so let me turn off the proxy intercept off. And let's go to the page in here. Co-founder, no, that's not her. Contact about or support or here. CEO James Wolf. And we know, we know that his ID is 1. Okay. Let's craft the query to extract the flag. Copy this, same thing, except we only select the nodes from people where the ID is 1. Copy. Go back to repeater right here. Request, and we want to select this whole thing, paste it, and hit send. And we are getting 400 bad requests. Something. Let me do that again. So zero union about 0. Okay. Yeah, so it's still in the About page. And we paste it like so. Send it. 200 OK. And we got the flag. Copy. Paste it over here. There we go. Yeah, so this just a SQL injection. Pretty easy if you just follow the query. But it is also important to understand how the query is crafted. But that's not the whole points in here. In here, we just kind of have a feel about how SQL injection works and using this tool repeater. Conclusion, congratulations. By now you should have a solid understanding utilizing the repeater. Yep, there's a point in this task. In the next run of module, we will explore the intruder module. Alright, I will see you there.